This is Sniper signing in to Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 on the map Magmageddon for a 3v3 spawning on the upper left side as the Red Soviets player. This is Zarethra. And his ally spawning in the middle as the Orange Soviet player. This is Mates Wahobo. Could that be a Smurf? Maybe. I did not check. To be perfectly honest, I did not check. Finishing off team left side, team number 1 is the Green Empire player. This is Mates Eminence. And their opponents spawning with the bottom right, the Cyan Empire player, my personal favorite color and faction to play. This is Veritas Onage. I am butchering that name. I think I'm just going to call you Onage to save myself embarrassment for later. His ally spawning is the purple, not Empire, Allies player in the middle, mirroring the Orange Soviet player across the map. This is H2O Peztar, which I'm going to call him Tar because I think I'm butchering that a little bit too. Finishing off team number 2, or team right side, is the Blue Empire player in the upper right. This is Dankal, which I thought Dankal was in Mates, because I think this all team left side, I'm pretty sure are all Mates. I thought Dankal was in Mates. I could be totally wrong. Probably am. I'm wrong about a lot of things. I'm probably totally wrong. But it looks like Mates Eminence did indeed slip through a dojo core, trying to do a little bit of shenanigans over here. It looks like Onage slipped one through as well. Both trying to mirror each other's strats, just do a little bit of funky shenanigans, something or another. We got a battle of the walls going on here. Oh, pardon me. Battling to try and protect this dojo. However, that did not work even remotely. Lots of Empire infantry taking the map. Lots of infantry is going to be the name of the game right about now. The horde of PKs along with Imperial infantry. And it looks like Onage was actually able to secure this oil derrick. Good on him getting that engineer inside of this oil derrick, and now Eminence looks like he is going to deploy this dojo. He's going to work on getting it back. Lots of combat markers going on all over the map. Aircraft Vindicators coming out from Tar. I'm going to have to keep glancing down at my little note of who all's playing in this game. Oh boy, the Soviet player in the middle left of the map is under attack. Wahobo getting out those warbearers, trying to go for some total clutch moves. Does get a really nice amplified roar off. It's going to be killing a lot of these PKs over here, and most of them do go down, but those Vindicators are still going to be a threat. What do we have in the south? We have Yari mini-subs moving into the south, and the MCV push. The inevitable MCV push is on its way. He has Eminence, has a Mecha Bay. Can he hold? Quite possibly indeed. Soviet MCV on the move, going for them crushes. Does secure one and secures two. The infantry attack in the middle of the map has been repelled. These Vindicators are still a problem, though. As a matter of fact, that collector is going to need to be replaced eventually. A lot of damage is being done on that one. Oh, nice suicide Yari mini-sub. Takes out 2 for the price of 1. Very, very nice indeed. Onage does deploy his MCV out in the water. Looks like he might be cash stalled ever so slightly. Mekategu Harass coming in on the top. Gets the first bit of action on the top side of the map. What do we have coming out from Zarethra? It looks like hammer tanks are on the map. He's kind of got a mishmash of a little bit of everything. And not all too much from Dankal at this moment either. Dankal, but that is understandable as Dankal is going for that expansion. More combat in the south. Eminence does not like Onage setting up shop on his front line like this. And as soon as the power finishes, as soon as the turret finishes, the power goes down. Oh, that is just unfortunate. Onage, that is very unfortunate. You have to protect. You got to make sure you get your power grid online. That thing Eminence just dropped. I guess Eminence just dropped out. Did maybe, I don't know, it doesn't seem like he wasn't really he wasn't in a position that would have warranted him tapping out early. I think maybe this may have been done because of lag, maybe he disconnected from the room. Not 100% sure, but the fact of the matter is, Mates Eminence has disappeared from the lobby. So transferring all of that control over to Mates Wahobo. So that leaves Wahobo and Zarethra facing off against what's left of Ownage, because Ownage is taking, he's taking some economic. Oh, we got an MCV push. MCV pushing us into an undefended base, along with harassment coming out. Now this collector will inevitably. Okay, there's an Akula sub coming. There's an Akula sub coming. Even if that Harvester does wind up winning that fight, that Akula sub is going to be more than enough. Two Molotov cocktail conscripts are just sitting here just wailing away. They're just wailing away on it. Oh, Chopper VX is going for the War Factory. Can they get the damage done? Yes, indeed they can. War Factory does go down. Is there any other? Did that MCV stay in it? Is that MCV still alive? Oh, yes, it is. Okay. I saw another color down here. That was not Wahobo's color. So I thought for just a moment he was maybe overwhelmed. But this, yeah, he's gonna get chased away. One multi-gunner turret is gonna be enough to chase him away. Ever so unfortunate. Oh, you gotta be careful about doing that. Engaging anti-air units straight with air units. You're taking a unit and telling it to directly engage its hard counter. A flight of 4 Vindicators coming from H2O Tar. Gonna be using those things for some very nice surgical strikes indeed. Cryo shot missing epically. Is that Final Squadron? That's Final Squadron. Oh, there's a. Oh no! All the infantry just got. All of those infantry. They got hit by the toxic corrosion. All of those infantry are just gone. But there's no anti-air. There is no anti-air. These Vindicators can bomb whatever in the world they want. 2 hammer tanks do go down, and it looks like they dropped. One of them dropped their set of bombs on either that hammer tank or that Tesla trooper, or maybe both. But either way, they did not quite go down altogether. Orbital drop does come down. I guess Wahobo really wants this base. I think he might do well to just throw down like a Rax over here somewhere and work with that, but he is micromanaging to his heart's best ability. Very nice positioning with these twin blades, but now they're being engaged upon by Tengus. They need Tengus of their own. He has Tengus of his own. He's engaging the enemy Tengus with the ones that he received from the tap out of Mate's Eminence. Possibly gonna go for a transform, maybe? No. He does have, Mace Wahobo does have a lot to micromanage right now, so it is very understated. Is that a heroic Yari mini sub? Yes, it is. Not very often do you see a heroic Yari mini sub in multiplayer. He does indeed have a. If that engineer finishes, oh, he's gonna force this out. Oh no, engineer. Oh, is he not paying attention? No, nope, doesn't matter. Does not entirely matter. Yeah, no, look, here we go. Look at this. We have orange from Mates Wahobo and cyan from Ownage. And that is actually the end of Ownage. Ownage has now been defeated. Those Vindicators do come on in. I did see a heroic Vindicator in that flight. So now bringing the scores back 2-2. But that may very quickly become a 2-1. Combined infantry and vehicle push from the Allies and Empire players in the top side of the map. Zarethra is on the run. He's having to take off out to the water with not a whole lot. He did build a backup super reactor, but a lot of his eco on ground. He has 3 ref on the land, and that is going to be under immediate, very imminent threat from the combined ground push. But the Air Force from Wahobo is already moving out, trying to see what kind of damage it can be done. A lot of twin blades here. There are a lot. 3 heroic twin blades are in this group. Almost instantly nuking down that Mecha Bay. No hope from anti-air from that structure anymore. Tar is pushing through with all of his peacekeepers. This entire base is going to be ravaged. That's going to take there's a Wave Force artillery here. There's 2 Wave Force artillery here. A lot of the eco from Zarethra is going to be taking a really, really big hit right about now. Losing these 3 ref losing the 4 ref. Yeah, these 2 mains, 1 expansion ref, and another expansion ref. They're all gonna go down. This is the only mining ref he has left right now on the land. Aside from these other 2, he has out on the water building Stingrays. Oh my, things might be in a little bit of dire straits. 3 heroic tank busters and 2 more. Make that a 4th heroic. 2 more. Another one is about to go heroic, hitting that elite status. If he gets the kill shot on one of these structures, that will most likely be another heroic tank buster taking to the scene. A lot of these twin blades, the pack of twin blades is being thinned. It looks like he did engage that allied infantry ball. Did he make it? Oh, the tsunami tanks are flanking, forcing the sell-off of one of those super reactors. And now Zarethra's backup super reactor is in danger. It is in great peril of being overrun. Zarethra does have a Crusher Crane in position in the now established Southern Empire base from Mates Wahobo. Looks like he is going to be having an entire tech switch mid-game, losing what appears to be all of his Soviet technology, save a few refineries. And now that super reactor does indeed go up, but these twin blades are here to completely clean up any of the remaining tsunami tanks, and they are not going to last at all versus these twin blades if they would engage. Looks like Wahobo's attention is elsewhere. The tsunami tanks are trying to fend off an attack from Tar over on the right side. IFVs are not a very good match for tsunami tanks at all. Nice point. This is nice. They're using the laser painter with the Guardian tank to make these tsunami tanks that much more vulnerable to the kind of firepower that he currently has between these Javeliers and now these Wave Force artillery. These tsunami tanks, now that these artillery pieces have revealed themselves, tsunami tanks are just making a beeline straight for them. Gonna be getting a lot of damage off. That's gonna be at least one of them down. The other one, can it make it run? It is going to try and make it run for the safety of the allied infantry. It looks like it will be successful. Zarethra does manage to hang on to, looks like 2 of his might. Yes, he hangs on to 2, reestablishes his 3rd. Zarethra's eco is actually not doing all that terribly right now. Zarethra's managed to get his super reactor back online in the Southern Empire base. Wahobo's losing his refs on land. He's losing a lot of his Soviet refs anyway. So every little bit of money that you lose, that is definitely not good. Battle Lab going down, and maybe a questionable spot. Maybe if I were him, I might have put the Battle Lab up here. We already have some pre-established defenses, but that is just me. Oh no! Oh no! He's losing. He just lost. I think he definitely lost 1 heroic twin blade. He's losing them all. He got 2 heroic jet Tengus out of that engagement. It was depressing seeing all of those heroic twin blades go down. I believe like something like 4 of them, maybe 5 of them. I don't know, something like that. Did indeed go down. Will Zarethra's base here mining base finally be overwhelmed here? I think it might. I think it just might finally be overwhelmed since the allied wrecking ball of infantry and guardian tanks is on its way over. And it looks like Dan Kaw has moved in with Tar in the middle of the map. Nobody's gone down to reclaim Onage's old base site. No one has. There's still 20,000-ish apiece inside of each of those refs. And now look at that line. Just the line of tsunami tanks. If this goes unspotted, that all these guardian tanks, the allied forces are too late, they might have spotted them. But if they didn't spot them, I don't think they... no, he knows. He definitely knows now. Duh. He's rolling into the base. These tsunami tanks just came in as an unsung surprise to Tar, and basically this entire area is now subject to fall. There's really nothing that can be done to hold it. Jet Tengu's taking to the sky, trying to see what kind of damage they can inflict and where. These tsunami tanks need to be very careful. Engaging this many guardian tanks along with the infantry ball that's behind them, that is a very, very dangerous proposition. And he will want to be Wahobo, that is, will want to be very, 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 very careful about any kind of engagements that he takes. And that collector is as good as done, I think. Yep. Oh, but he did sack it. Yeah, that's actually nice. He drove the collector into the Crusher Crane to give money back to Zarethra since he knew it was already going to go down, making that team call. He says, hey, I'm going to crush my own collector since it's about to die. I'm going to give you some more money. Oh, I cannot condone this. Dan Call throwing point defense drones and all these Guardian tanks. Guardian tanks are already stronger than Tsunami tanks. And now with point defense drones in the mix, they have got to back out. There is just no way about it. Dreadnoughts off the shore. The big brothers of the Soviet Navy are taking to the waters and are going to absolutely wreck everything that's left over here. And it looks like the honorable discharge. Oh, wait. Did the Terror Drone not get inside? I thought I saw a Terror Drone go inside there. Did I not? Perhaps not. I don't know. I thought I could have sworn I just saw a Terror Drone jump inside of that Tengu before it transformed. These Tengus, though, are as good as done. Transforming will not help them. Staying on the ground will not help them. But they will inflict quite a bit of damage on that refinery with that, thanks to their honorable discharge. Almost enough to knock it down. Oh, Dan Call is going to want to be very careful with this refinery. That is a 2,500 investment just sitting out in the open. I mean, granted, it is protected by some anti-air, by the tier 3 tank, an artillery piece, but still. Still want to be very, very, very careful indeed. That is a heroic Wave Force artillery. Hello. Heroic Wave Force artillery and Desolator airstrike does come down. I can't quite tell if it caught infantry in that or not. I cannot quite. I don't see any big splurges of green or any concentrations of green. No, it did miss most of the infantry. The infantry are up here going to be going for this refinery, going to try and knock it down. But the dreadnoughts, the one dreadnought has already returned, and that should be enough to chase it away completely. Tsunami tanks are going for the back flank. They're going to get the Mecha Bay. I think Dan Call is in serious danger of being knocked out of this game. Mecha Bay sell-off is forced. Dan Call does not have very much left at all. Dan Call, he has his MCV. He has his MCV and the MCV generator, 2 generators, a refinery that he might be stalled. Dan Call may be stalled on cash. I don't think he's got enough to finish that collector. Oh no, that refinery. That's why he built it. It was just sitting out there because he needed it. But no, he needed that money so badly, and Zarethra just insta snipes the collector. Did this one finish? No, it didn't finish. It didn't finish. He's got to sell. He could sell a turret. If Dan Call sells this defensive turret over here, there's really no point in him keeping it right there right now. If he sells it, then he can, Dan Call has multiple turrets that he could sell. But the Air Force for Team Left Side, or what's left of it, has proven to be very, very strong indeed. And now the Dreadnoughts, along with Yari mini sub coverage for them, are moving into the short line. Two veteran Dreadnoughts and 1 elite Dreadnought. They're going to start picking away. They're picking away. Oh, the MCV went down. It got caught by Mecha Tengus. Dan Call's out of this game. He's out. I don't think he can use his top secret protocols anymore. Can he not? Is it that if you lose your MCV, is it like does it do that in Kane's Wrath? If you lose your MCV, do you lose access to your top secret protocols? I think you do. I'm pretty sure you do. That means no more point defense drones, no more anything from Dan Call. All he has left are just a couple of tanks. A couple of tsunami tanks. That's it. I mean, if he had the money, he could make an army of harvesters, but he doesn't have the money. And that is a heroic Dreadnought. A Dreadnought has... And Tar taps out. Tar taps out before Dan Call does, and Dan Call taps out very shortly thereafter. GG, and that will mark the end of this wonky little 3v3 between what I believe these are all an organized teammates over on left side. I believe team left side was teammates, and team right side, I don't know actually. Team right side is an H2O player. Onage, which he has no tag in front of him, so I'm not entirely sure if he's associated with a clan or not. And I swear, I thought Dan Call was mates. I guess he's not mates anymore. If this is to be fully believed, just look at that though. Mates Wahobo, as soon as Eminence dropped, his eco just skyrocketed. Absolutely skyrocketed. That was a very, very nice comeback win for Team Left Side after losing an early teammate, which I'm going to assume that was probably to lag or to some sort of disconnect that happened. Eminence he wasn't in that bad of a position. I didn't look too terribly closely upon it, but he was in a survivable position, so there wasn't really any grounds for him to just wantonly drop from the game. But things may have happened that we cannot see. And look at this stuff. 8,300 average income per minute. That is only nearly the closest income to that was that of Zarethra, but they were on the same team. So we have a total of 14,000 income to roughly, I'll round that off to 4, about 12,000 to about 14,000 between 2 players, and roughly 12 to 13,000 between 3. That is very, very much in favor of Team Left Side of Wahobo and Zarethra. But that was very, very well played. GG to all of these players involved. Some very nice plays. The allied infantry ball was scary for a lot of that game, but the tech up from Zarethra did wind up coming in clutch. It came in super duper clutch mode with those dreadnoughts. Well, really the dreadnoughts were the final nail in the coffin, I think. The final nail in the coffin, and as soon as Wahobo just sent that line, just a straight line of tsunami tanks across the map, and got that flank off on Tar, from there, since that went unscouted until it was already in the base, at that point, the team right side kind of gave up the ability to effectively counterattack, I guess. Or when I say effectively, I mean like counterattack, destroy something from the other team, and not have to sacrifice stuff of your own. I mean, but since those tsunami things are just so mobile, as soon as they'd go out and attack, they say, oh, Wahobo would just say, oh, you're going to attack my base? Okay, I'll just send in my tanks. I'm going to sack yours because I have more bases than you. And then suddenly, team right side comes out on the short end of that stick. But I have rambled on long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And this is Sniper signing out.